Where does the money come from to pay for accidents? Some people believe that organizations have money set aside to pay for accident costs. However, employers know that the money must really come from profits. A series of costly accidents can reduce profits radically. Accidents have obvious direct costs, such as the doctor's bill, but they also have less obvious indirect costs that usually come later. A very conservative estimate of losses for every $1 of direct accident cost is that there could be $4 of indirect costs. But some studies indicate, however, that the indirect costs can be up to 5 or even 50 times the direct costs. So what are these direct and indirect costs? Direct costs can be seen and felt almost immediately. This is what most people think the accident cost in total. Examples include cargo or product damage, vehicle damage, damage to or loss of tools, equipment, or other property, police reports and EMS responder fees, towing costs, storage of damaged vehicles, site cleanup, medical bills, and a loss of revenue for the day. Now let's look at indirect costs. Indirect costs are more after the fact. Examples include time lost for the injured worker, economic loss to the injured worker's family, lost time for site supervision, lost time of fellow employees, loss of efficiency due to a breakup of the crew, spoilage or damage to the environment, property, supplies due to fire, water, chemical, explosive, etc. Oh wait, there's more. How about loss of production or ability to provide the same standard of service? Paperwork time, wasted overhead operational costs while work was being disrupted, such as the rent or electricity bill. Tool, equipment, property, replacement or repair costs. Product replacement costs, lost time for replacing those damaged products. There is also one more category of indirect costs called hidden costs. These are things that you may or may not be able to put an actual dollar figure on or be able to link directly back to one single incident, but they should definitely not go forgotten. Here are some examples of hidden costs. The cost to hire or train or retrain replacement employees. Government agency costs, fines or penalties. Accident reporting and investigation fees. Accelerated depreciation of equipment, loss of the injured person's skills and ideas, increased public relations costs, poor public relations or publicity, increase in insurance premiums, legal issues and defense costs, paperwork processing time, loss of employee morale, loss of clients or customers, missed meetings, and lost sales. When we look at them all together, we can easily see how they would pile up. Let's look at an example of how all this comes together in one workplace accident. So, an employee receives an electric shock from faulty equipment and is seriously injured. Many people in the department stop working. Some rush to give first aid to the injured person, while others call for help. When help arrives for the injured worker, do employees immediately return to work? No, not always. They may continue to help or remain merely to stand around and watch. In this situation, all the idle work time is included as part of the total accident cost. As soon as the injured person receives proper medical treatment, your next job is to investigate the accident. All time spent on the accident investigation and reporting, as well as wages paid to witnesses, is included in the total accident cost. If the injured person misses work for only a short time, you may be able to make up for the production loss by having the rest of the department work overtime. Overtime wages paid are included as total accident cost. If the injured employee is gone for months, you may have to hire and train a replacement worker. Typically, new employees are less efficient for a period of time. Damaged machinery may also reduce production, as you must make do with alternative equipment while replacements or repairs are complete. All this reduced efficiency represents another indirect cost. How many costs did you just add up? If you aren't shocked yet, let's keep going. This table shows the dollars of revenue required to pay for different amounts of costs associated with an accident under the assumption that indirect costs are about 4 times the direct cost. Remember, this is a very conservative estimate. By the way, revenue, better known as profit, is all the extra money left over after paying for all the normal business operating expenses. So, for an example, if your company made about a 3% profit this year, but they had one accident that cost $25,000, that's pretty average, they would have to earn an additional $833,000 in revenue in order to break even. Don't forget, that is just one accident. How many accidents, including property damage, vehicle collisions, injuries, and illnesses, did your company have this year? If profits are not sufficient to cover these costs, the company may be forced to defer the procurement of new equipment, new facilities, offer pay increases, and more. When a company takes a stand to say, "We will have 0 injuries, illnesses, or incidents," this is not something to be taken lightly. For the leadership within the company, this is where we put our money where our mouth is. With every accident that you prevent through safety precautions and training, you are making a significant contribution to the success of your business.